Am I on? Right, got this Dyson HD01. I think we are. Yeah, HD01. Issue is, let me just plug it in and show you. Issue is, it's not coming on. It's not switching on. No lights on there at all coming on. So I'm wiggling the cable, seeing if it's a cable issue, and I can't seem to get any life out of it. So I'm going to strip it down, have a look, see what the issue could be with it. So little torque screws. It didn't come with an outer filter, only just the inner filter. So take that out on the opposite side. This can be a right pain in the ass sometimes. These. Where's my... Come on. Oh, yeah. There you go. Right. Not quite ready to come out. There we go. Right. Split it. Remove it. Inspect that. It's pretty clean actually inside there. So there's no issue with that. Right. 2 more screws to take the handle out. It's not always 2 screws in your handle. There's 1 screw down here. Sometimes there's a screw opposite, sometimes there isn't. It all depends. I guess it all depends on the mould that they use, if it's got a hole in it, because a lot of them are blanked off by default, so I'm not sure why some have 1 and some have 2. Could just be a cost saving. Cost saving from Dyson themselves. Right, next thing we need to do is take these buttons off. So I use my hot air station just to soften that glue up. Holding your buttons on. Your on and off button, that's pretty straightforward to take off. It's your cold shock button, which can be a bit challenging to get off. There we go. It can be a challenge without damaging the surface around it. Anyway, both your buttons are off. That just slides off easily. Recover your silence pads. Got 2 there, 2 there. I take both my O-rings off, and then take the button pad off, or the switch pad, should I say. So after that we've got 3 screws on the top. Set them out. then I change my bit to a T8. Yeah, this is a T8 for this screw at the bottom of the handle, and this is a longer screw, so you can't go wrong with these. That's quite a long screw compared to let's get that out, compared to your other screws. Yeah, so once that's out, the handle then splits. Well, I see a bit of fluff in here. So you get a lot of fluff and a lot of hair around here. I'm just feeling the cable there, because where each square relief is. It normally goes around here. So around this area, that's where internally your cable goes. Doesn't feel too bad. Not saying it's not gone, it doesn't feel too bad. A clogged up motor can cause issues of your hairdryer not starting. Now this is quite hairy, fluffy. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's not the worst I've seen. Let's just zoom in there and see what we can see when it decides it wants to. There we go. So what I'm looking for is right down in there is what I'm looking for when it decides. Right down in the veins there is what I'm looking for. And also I like to get in between each one of these veins and pick all the crap out. But I'll do that off camera and give it all a good cleaning. I mean, just as a to be honest, it's not too bad, it's just a lot of surface. It's a lot of surface crap on it, really. But yeah, I will do that off camera and give it a right good clean. I mean, but yeah, let's not worry about that. What I will do is I don't know where I've put them. I do have more mortars. Where have I put them bad boys now? Right, I found them all. Let's zoom out. So I've got, so that's the original one, which I'll put over here. And I've got all these that I know are working. So I'm just going to put one of them in. And this is quite hairy as this one. Right, let's plug that in to see if that makes any difference, because sometimes if you've got a block mortar, yeah, there we go. So that mortar there, if you listen to it, it wants to go. Let's try. Let's try another one, just to double check. I don't advise anybody to have their hairdryer running without a cover on. There we go. So essentially, let me just fuck all this lot up. So essentially, the issue that yeah, they're all working now. Right, let's turn that off. So we're unplugged again. So, issue with this one then is the motor. So I'm going to put that motor in. I'm going to give that one a good clean out. I do smell a lot of burning. What I'm going to do is remove the trim. Have a look. Let's put this one in, it's a little bit thinner. Just got to be careful removing your trim. Because I mean, that was pretty tight to be fair. And you can damage your casing. It does, it is quite, you can see how flexible that is. Always recover your little orange gasket and put that back on before it gets lost. Is there a paint spot on sometimes? Oh, there we go. Right, what I am going to do is strip this hairdryer down. So stripping the hairdryer down, in this case of, which I always do, just make sure I'm unplugged. Yeah, a bit bouncy. It's unplugged. So I'll take the heat shrink off. Throw it. Now these can be very tight to come off. Some can, some can't. The majority are pretty tight coming off. So I just grab hold of it with some long nail pliers. Use that as my lever to pull them apart. So they are tight. Get rid of the cable for now. You've got 4 screws, which is T4 screwdriver is what you're going to need. Take these small ones out. Where's my... Let's have a quick look. Where are they? Where'd they go? There they are. Alright. So, and then screws out, I can take the cover off from my switch. Let me just put my screws. Put all my screws on here. There we go. Put them away. Right, do that again. Right. Then what I'll do, get rid of that captain tape, which is holding your wires down into the grooves, into your runners here. Just take that off. Then you've got some, some heat shrink on your switch here. So you got some heat shrink on your connection on your switch there. I'll just remove that. Now what I do is remove my switch. You don't have to, but I find for the sake of doing this, it saves so much time and stress. So my switch is out. Right, so all I can do now here, and get rid of my knife. Right, what we do here now is down in this gap here, I just put a little circuit board from the cold shop button, put that down inside there. And my connector for the motor, put all that down in there. Because what we're going to do now, just do this first, is you need to rotate this clockwise, just a little bit, and this side you need to rotate anti-clockwise, because that's going that way. Yeah, so I'll keep doing that, turn it, and that needs to go the same way, so that's upside down. Yeah, so I need to just, and you've got to be careful, because what I do, I'm zooming again, so to get this off, I just put any of these here, but don't go too deep, because you've got your circuit board there. You don't want to be damaging any parts on your circuit board. So I just go in there and then just turn it. Just turn it slightly. This now is offset to here. That was here, and it's moved that little bit. So what I do now, switch it over, get my thinner pliers in, although they will do. I'll get my thinner ones in there, and then just crack that. Yeah, so that's now rotating. So they're rotating, that's come more over as well. So now I tuck the buttons in, tuck all them into there, into that void there, and then I could turn that, and that's out. Now I've spent years, no, probably 18 months taking them out. So I think I've, especially with that switch out as well, it's a lot easier. Right, so what I'm going to do now is knife again, just slit down this and remove this. So that, there we go. Keep that knife on hand, that brush on hand as well. So here we've got the thermistor that measures your temperature coming out from your heating element, which we'll get to in a minute. This is your ioniser that injects ions into the airflow. It's meant to do it a little bit better, dry it faster off, I don't know, whatever magic it does. So I'll just go through that again. So in here now, you just take them apart. There's a little snap ring on round here, little snap ring there. Yeah, you need to remove that snap ring. While I do that, I just tease one side out. One side out there, and eventually that will come off. Now we can get to the heating element, which is there. This cover slides out. Your heating element. Then you've got your thermal fuses. I know they're okay, because if one of them would have gone, your hairdryer won't switch on. Simple as that. So I know they're working, I know they're fine, but just to test them, what I do with them is get my multimeter into continuity, which means it beeps. When they touch, it beeps. So I know, go from one, that one's fine, that one's fine, and go across them both, and that's fine. So I know that they're working, they're fine. So all I'm going to do really is just give it a bit of a clean up. So yeah, so you got your heating element there. I've seen it in the past where that is absolutely just caked. You can't even, I mean, here now you can see through it. Yeah, you can see through from one end to the other. Yeah, you can see my fingers underneath. Got yeah, going through on the blue mat. I've seen it where it's just totally blocked, that thick with fluff, and people wonder why it's not working. So all I do now, I just make sure there's nothing in there, which there isn't. It's fine, because obviously that gets red hot, and that sort of, there's hair around there and fluff around there. It's going to be a fire hazard, and it's not going to get the expected flow of air through it. Got all a good clean, a good brush out. On here, and just have a little bit of a back up. There it is. What was I going to say? Right, on your circuit board here, you've got to be careful with your cold shot button. That's quite fragile. But behind that, let me get a closer look in. Behind your wire, it's actually a cold shot button, and that wire comes down there, fixed onto your circuit board here. Behind that, you've got a 3.5 amp fuse, an SMD fuse. I've known them to go in the past. I do have spares of them, so that it's not an issue, but they're just a pain to get to, really, and you do risk damaging this. It's the nature of the beast. It's a hairdryer. Gets hot, gets cold, gets hot, gets cold, blah blah blah. Your wires get a little bit brittle over time. So anyway, it looks okay in there. So let's put this back. Let's give that a bit of a brush out actually. Right, this only fits in one way. Yeah, so you see it's not down there. Just turn it, turn it, turn it. Keep turning it, and it's in. That slots in. So it only goes in one way. You know it's right when your slots here. Your slots here for your thermistor. Yeah. And your little slot there for your ioniser. So put it all back. Let's put that in. So that goes in. That then fits your snap ring, then fits over. Go around, make sure it's in a groove. There's a groove for that to fit in. That's fine. This only fits on one way really, because you got different sizes of your lugs going round. They just fit in where they fit in onto there, and then it literally just snaps together, and then it can't come out. Yeah, so that's fixed in place. These two R's are now fixed in place with your snap ring. Put your thermistor, your ioniser, put them in, and then I put some captain tape back over there. Just keeps it all in place. Now, I've just brushed over this. I haven't when I'm not filming, I give it all a right good clean out. To be fair, this one's pretty good inside actually. It's just around the switch. It keeps popping out, which it will do. When you put this in, just make sure you got a couple of cutouts there. Just make sure that your cables are going in there. Because what you got to think of now is this goes back inside your case. And you haven't got much room, so what you don't want to be doing is trapping any cables or any wires. Right, on here you've got your ring. which is your magnetic ring. And that's the way that it goes. And you've got, you can probably see, yeah, it's a different size on here than it is on here. So your bigger bit goes down into there, and it fits up there. Your smaller bit just ports through there, this end, and that's what everything fits to, all your accessories and what have you. Right, I've got that under there, which it shouldn't be. Right, so this now, what you want to do is get, where's that now? That doesn't matter there. Get your cold shot button into this gap here, because you can get quite a few things down into there. Cold shot button and your motor connector, they go down there. Your connector for your switch, your black wire for your switch, that's quite hardy, so that can just sit in there. What I do is hold them down with my thumb, put your magnet back on. I put this white wire through first. Just do maybe. Put your white wire through your handle there. Hold on to that. Keeping hold on with thumb here. That's come off again, but that doesn't matter as long as that's right. What you want is that going at about the 1/4 position. So keep them in, keep them in. Right, recover. The cable now is probably up. It's caught up. So you just want to keep, it's just a matter of, because I'm filming as well, I'll bring it back out, keep an eye on that, keep them in, perfect. So underneath here now, oh, that's too far, Mick. What you need to do here now is, no, let's get it out again. It's trial and error. You've got these, that needs to get screwed into here, there, and then on the opposite side you've got another one. So you got that one there on your case, and then you got this one here. You need to push them in and then screw them in then, and that keeps it all down. So start again. That on there. Some of these are just flying, others they don't fly in, obviously, like this one. Just need to make sure that we've got all our cables flat, there's nothing sticking up. So white through your handle, white through your handle, put that on. Doesn't help with this falling off all the time, that can just go in there first. White through. There we go. Make sure you're pulling that white one through. That's perfect, that. That's it. So when that's through there, I recover the cold shot button, remote control pins, and then it's just a matter of, is that on there? That's in there. That's perfect. Wire that one down, Mick. I think. Yeah. I've got some forceps here. All I've got here is, that's it, my black wire for the switch. That was just stuck up a little bit. Oh, you're kidding me. I've got the done it. I've got the magnetic ring. I've got that. Just let me get this back in there now. The magnetic ring's on the wrong way, so it's not sitting, it's not coming all the way up here. Right, pull it out, start again. Wow. So I've been doing this for 18 months. It's still a pain in the ass sometimes. But if I struggle, then it can be a pain. Someone who's never done it before, it can be a right pain in the arse. Make sure that we've got that in there. I'm just going to plug this power in for here. Saying it's low. Another sec. Yeah, let's do a start again. Get rid of that. Oh, right. Make sure the ring is fitted correctly this time, which it is. Keep pulling that down. We're in right, yeah, we're in right. No, I'm going to have to do it all again. Right. In there. Put that in. White wire in. Keeping all them down. That's in correctly. Yeah, that's it. Too much in, but doesn't matter. Right. Where's that other one now, Nick? Yeah, so I need to come out a little bit. There we go. Good for that. I've got all my cables there now. I've got my black cable, I've got that there. Right, proper little pain in the arse this one this morning. So that's too much over that set. There we go. So what I'm looking for here now is, just zoom in and show you. No, not wide. Not wide, go in. What I'm looking for now here is that this tab here, is going underneath this on the case, and that tab there is going underneath that, as is that tab going underneath that. And all I do then is push it down and screw it in. Make sure they're both located where they should do, which they are doing. Make sure I pull these out so nothing's getting trapped, which is fine. Yeah, everything's looking out alright there. That in there. And then I just need, now this is sitting nice and flush. I just need now just to make sure that that is in line with your handle here, which is slightly off. That's your handle, so the centre of that should be here. So I'm just going to put my long nose pliers in again and just do it just so it clicks in there. So as you can see, that's now in line with this. Let's zoom out again. So that's it. So I set that into its little housing there, make sure that there's no trap wires. So that sits in its housing, that's fine. Let's get the switch back in. So all that is, that's just a simple switch. Yeah, just with a wire on the end with a spare terminal, and then it just gets into there. So what I do now is get some heat shrink. I'm just doing everything in reverse now. A little bit of heat shrink. Which I'll then put onto the black wire that I'm going to solder onto my switch. So that's your switch wire. Put that down there. Come on. These are just a pain to do. They're possible, and I don't mind doing them, but they are just a pain in the arse to do sometimes. Right. So as you can see there, I've got that held now with my tweezers. When it decides to focus, you're going to focus on me. Oh, why are you not focusing? There we go. That's all I've done now. I've got my black wire. It's held in there. Just going to put a little bit of flux onto my switch. careful with this now. I don't want to be. So all I do, I heat it up and I just bring it through, but at an angle. I don't want to do it straight. Just do it at an angle. And then when it's through, I then bring it straight. So I bring my heat shrink back up now. Because the problem with that now, that goes towards the back. And it goes very close to all the circuit board and heating element around here inside. So that just protects anything from, that just protects any wires touching. That shouldn't be touching really. There we go. So what I do now, get rid of that, is put the switch in where it should go. Obviously your switch should be facing towards the outside of the handle. And this switch, I've got a little inside here, can you see that? I've got a little cutout in the handle, and that's where this bit of the switch fits in, so you've just got to get it into there. And then that should just slot into there nicely. There you go. That's in there. So that fits in, and I'm happy with that. So what I need to do now is, it's a bit fiddly now getting your cold shot circuit board, your little cold shot circuit board. That goes in there and that's fine. So I put a little circuit board in and then feed that switch in again. Make sure that's all set in, which it is. And also there's a tab on the switch there. I make sure that all my wires are going under that tab, because all that tab does, it just keeps all your wires in really. So it's a good little design what we've done. Also as well, which I always forget, I need to bring that switch back out. I need to put, oh no, that's fine actually. You need to put your black wire down through the gap, and also your white wire. The white wire is okay, because that'll just find itself. The black wire, sometimes it'll kink up here. Just make sure it goes in. Again, your white wire needs to go under that little tab. There we go. And all that does, that just keeps everything out of the way, so that when you put, there you go, so it's all under that tab there. Yeah, pull that white wire tight, keeps it in, so that when you put your switch cover on, it doesn't cover your hot. When you put this on, your wires aren't covering your holes. As you can see, right, you can see that, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you've got wires covering them holes and you put that on, you're going to go through with a screw, aren't you? So put that in, finger on it, spin it round, make sure it's all lined up, which it is. these screws are just the smallest screws in your bunch. So you've got 4 of them. The problem you've got, the problem I've got with this is all your airflow is going over here. All your airflow is going over this. Over the years now, that's plastic is just going to get brittle and brittle and brittle, and it's fine. It's fine when it's just sat there and it's not moving and it's not doing anything, but as soon as you remove your screws, that's where it breaks, and that's where it can all just go wrong. So put all your screws in, don't tighten them up yet. What you don't want to do with this, what you don't want to do is really tighten these up. You just want to nip them up so you get a feel. You'll get a feel when they're tight enough. Yeah, that's it. So that's all back in. Why do my head in this camera? So that's all back in, ready to go now. So feed your cables down into there. It goes around the notch at the bottom and then into there. Same with your white one. Your white one goes down over the notch and then into there. Yeah, that's your notch. Make sure it's under there. Right, what I'm going to do, your wiring on this is your blue one. Zoom out a little bit. Wiring up. Oh, excuse me. Wiring on this one is your blue one, goes to your white wire, and your black one goes to your live brown wire. Again, these are pretty tight. I will be putting heat shrink over them when I've tested it and I've verified it's all working. Yeah, that fit in there. Where's my replacement motor? Yeah. Come on. These can be a pain to get in. I'll just show you now. You've got a little lug on here, on this little rubber boot. That just fits in. It's a little cut out on the handle there. They're all in. They're all in. Make sure that's all clean. Well, there we go. I'm just going to put, again, different screws for this one. These are smaller, chunkier screws that go onto your handles. Yeah, so your smaller ones are going in. Where's my other? got to man down what's going on. Let's put my long one in first. Where's that gone now? There he is. Let's start again. So you only got 3 screws for this one. Right. Yeah, that's all in. I'm just double checking everything. Switch off. Let's try it. There you go. That's all working. I don't like running it without the trim on too long. Now we are going to get a little bit of, let's put this trim back on. So all I've done, put my orange gasket on, line it up where your button should go first, and just push that down, locate it in, and then perfect, that's all. That's how you do that. So yeah, that's all working then. So it was the old motor, which I don't. It could just be a lot of the time with these, you get a lot of hair wrapped around the shaft on the motor. I mean, I can move that. It is a brushless motor and I can move it. The issue being, if there's too much resistance from hair being, if there's too much hair wrapped around there, the resistance is going to be too great to get it going. Once it's going, it's going. It's all about, it's a brushless motor, so it's all about magnets, isn't it? But yeah, so I'll have a look at that motor and I'll try it on another machine. So yeah, essentially it was just the motor, but it was a lot of burning smell. Job done, that's it. So yeah, I hope someone's found this video interesting. I hope it's answered a few questions if you weren't too sure. So yeah, thanks for watching.